Hi guys, so since I recently reached 2,000 subscribers, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me, I don't know, I can't even fathom it properly, really, but I thought I would do the 25 random facts about me video because maybe you want to get to know me a little bit better, or maybe you don't, because what you know, you can never unknow. Way to make a good intro. When I was a kid, right around the time I learned how to write, I used to listen to a lot of audiobooks and then just basically transcribe the stories and pretend they were my own because I had obviously never heard of copyright before. Yay, way to go, 5-year-old plagiarism. A couple of years ago, I wrote to a bunch of German authors asking them for autographs, and some of them even sent me some. One actually sent me 2 of her books, and that was probably the absolute highlight of my life to this day. Snails terrify me. You know how there's this cliched reaction of people seeing mice on the floor and then jumping up on tables and stuff? Yeah, that is me when I see snails. On days where I'm too lazy to put on makeup and make an actual video, I sometimes just talk to myself about books. I am never punctual, ever. No matter how much I plan ahead and I'm gonna get ready an hour early and I'm gonna do this and then this and then this and I plan everything out, I'm always late. People have stopped expecting me to be on time and they're actually surprised when I am. I have obsessive tendencies when it comes to pretty much everything. Food, TV shows, books, whatever, hobbies, you name it. I do everything excessively for a short period of time and then I'm super not interested anymore. I cannot draw to save my life. I've been writing poetry since I was 11 years old. At first I wrote in German and then later switched to really crappy English. And I still have some of the stuff I wrote back then, and whenever I look at it I'm just like, what the fuck is that? It is so terrible. I have a list in my head of languages that I want to become fluent at. I'm currently only fluent in English and German, but I also want to add Spanish, French, Japanese, Russian, Swedish, and Chinese to that list as soon as possible. I already know the basics of Spanish, French, and Japanese, but I am not satisfied. I still have the tickets of every single movie I went to since 2007. At any given time, if I'm not multitasking, I feel like I'm not being productive, and that has resulted in me doing most of my studying and all of my household chores while watching TV. Doesn't work very well all the time, but it just, otherwise I can't do it. Despite the fact that people don't usually believe me when I tell them this, I am incredibly socially awkward and I have terrible anxiety sometimes when it comes to dealing with social situations, especially when it comes to talking on the phone. That just is the worst for me. I cannot do it. I once spent half an hour just staring at my phone before I found the courage to call my hairdresser and make an appointment. I truly wish I was kidding. As a kid, I used to love reading scary stories before I went to bed, especially Detective Conan, which I'm still kind of obsessed with, but I used to freak myself out so much that I had to go sleep in my sister's bed, and she was not happy about that at all. I'm actually really good at lying, but I almost never do it because I am always so terrified that people will find me out, and I always feel super guilty, and so I'm the one with the worst consequences, so that I usually just tell the truth because it's just easier. In the final year of primary school, I was at the top of my class, and so me and 3 other girls, we were picked to go to a talent workshop in summer, and it was for talented people, but basically we just did whatever we wanted. If I remember correctly, I wrote a play about vampires while I was there, and now I can feel super hipster about being into vampires before Twilight. Yay! When it comes to creative things, I am a jack of all trades but master of none. I am decent at singing, dancing, acting, writing, etc., but I am never the best. And that's quite frustrating. My favorite fruit of all time are mangoes and watermelons. I literally could live on them forever. I am absolutely terrible at talking about feelings, and whenever I feel awkward, I just start laughing and ruin any and all possible moments that might be happening. When I was 17, I went on an exchange year to Ireland, and because of that, I now have friends all over the world in over 15 different countries. I have been playing PC games since I was around 9 years old because my dad used to play them as well. I was definitely too young for most of them because I remember crying so hard when I fell off a bridge into a river while playing EverQuest. And another time when I installed World of Warcraft, I thought I had to read the entire terms and regulations and I started crying because it was like, this is gonna take forever, I want to play. And then my dad laughed at me because he was like, just scroll down, and no one fucking reads these anyway. That might have been a sign, you know, like if you start crying at the guidelines, don't play the game. A couple of years ago, my friends and I found this pair of glasses in a store, and we made a deal that if they could create a Facebook group and find 500 people to like it, I would have to wear this pair of glasses for one entire week to school. And I was like, you're never gonna get there. Luckily, I look incredibly sexy in them. The best part about this whole thing though is that a year later I did an internship at a company and my boss actually asked me if I ended up having to wear this pair of glasses because, as many employers do, he googled my name and found it. And that was embarrassing. I absolutely love traveling and especially going on spontaneous last-minute trips. I once booked a trip to Dublin 2 days in advance to meet up with my Mexican friend because she was coming to Ireland as well, and I had to skip some school for that because it was the middle of the year. I actually told my teacher I was going to Ireland and he was like, it's fine, you're excused. Yeah. Honesty, people. My sister, who is a year younger than me, currently lives in Romania because she's volunteering at an orphanage, and during her time there, I have slowly but surely been transferring the contents of her closet into mine, and more importantly, to my closet in Vienna. So next time she comes back, she's gonna have to just, I don't know, buy new clothes, I guess, because she doesn't have any more. Sorry. I absolutely suck at saving money. I just can't do it. Every time I get more money, I find more things that I absolutely need. And despite the fact that I have a part-time job, I still am broke for most of the time, which is really bad, but I don't know how. I can't. Books. I need all the books. And lastly, I think I've mentioned this before, but with all my friends, I am known for being the person who's watched every single TV show ever. And so I thought for this last fact, it would be fun to give you a rundown of all the TV shows I've watched every single episode of. I compiled an entire list of these, and because it's way too long to memorize, I'm just gonna read it to you. Sherlock, Lost, Downton Abbey, Gilmore Girls, Charmed, all CSIs, 90210, DOC, Avatar, Game of Thrones, Blood Ties, Vampire Diaries, Girls, Weeds, Buffy, New Girl, Modern Family, True Blood, Bones, Mr. Monk, The Tudors, Friends, Full House, Community, Cougar Town, Desperate Housewives, Gossip Girl, H2O, Just Add Water, Dr. House, Grey's Anatomy, Scrubs, Private Practice, Elementary, Heroes, Lie to Me, Malcolm in the Middle, Psych, Pretty Little Liars, Pushing Daisies, Royal Pains, Revenge, Suits, Scandal, Sex and the City, Skin, Super Fun Night, The IT Crowd, The Originals, and True Detective. I don't have a life, I'm sorry. Anyway, so you guys, that is it for the 25 random facts about me. I hope you found this video entertaining. Thank you so much for 2,000 of you. That is absolutely incredible, and I love every single one of you so much. I hope you're having a lovely week. I will see you guys soon. Bye! Anyway, you guys, that's it for my random what? What am I saying? What am I saying?